Okay, hi and Assalamualaikum. So we are going to continue with chapter 3, which is orientation, training and development. So basically in this topic, we have three different things. First, we are going to talk about orientation. Orientation is also known as induction. Induksi lah, it's like macam you punya minggu siswa yang first when you enter UiTM. So what are the definition? An effective induction program helps new recruit. Okay, induction atau induksi, they are going to help the new recruits, means new employee, to adjust to their working environment, helps them to become productive team members in short period of time. Keyword dia kat sini, new recruits, right? Orang yang baru lah. And they are going to do this program in short period of time. So orientation or induction, it is for a short time period. Dia bukan untuk tempoh yang lama lah. It's just like the introduction of the job or the person involved, whatnot. That's it. It will take like, tengoklah. Sometimes it can be between 1 to 2 hours or mungkin memang very shortly, half an hour. Okay. Alright, so purpose of orientation. What are the purpose of doing this program ataupun this suai kenal lah kita katakan dalam bahasa Melayu. Reduce the employee anxiety, first day jitters. Anxiety dia rasa rasa berdebar. Jitters ni rasa resah gelisah. So they are going to reduce the new employees anxiety by giving them some introduction. Introduce them to new people, showing them mana pantry, where's the room, whatnot. To make new employees feel welcome, untuk welcome them lah kan, and fit into the organization. Save time and cost, because this is for just for short period of time, it will not incur cost. To provide general information about organization and tasks, so the employer will actually give some general information about the organization itself, who are the CEO, who are the manager involved, and what are the things that the new employee need to do. Reinforce a favorable impression upon new employees. Right. So when you actually welcome them in this way using the induction program, the new employee or new recruit will have a favorable impression. Maksudnya dia ada tanggapan yang baik on your company. Alright, so what are the contents of a formal induction or orientation? So these are the contents. In your textbook, if you have your textbook, if you don't have your textbook, you can actually go and search using your search engine. You boleh Google ke apa ke. These are the things, like for example, organizational issue. About the history of the company. So ini benda-benda yang disentuh dalam orientasi lah. Tak semestinya semua, but usually they are going to talk about the product, structure, policy, physical layout. Physical layout tu tempat dia tunjuk. Mana pantry, mana tempat duduk you, itu store. Introduction, dia akan introduce the new worker or new recruit to supervisor, co-worker, trainer. And employee benefit and procedure, they are going to explain about the wages. Bila break, holiday berapa lama, what are other benefits that they are going to have. Right? So the last one will be job duties. So the new recruit will be located at which branch, for example. Nak letak dia kat mana, branch mana ataupun bangunan mana. Relationship to other jobs, dia akan cerita pasal your job, the new recruit's job, are they interrelated with another job. Dia kena bekerjasama dengan siapa. Overview of the job, they are going to discuss about the job, what are the things that you can do. Usually when you first enter, when a new recruit enter a company, they will be given a set of file. Dalam file tu ada apa kerja yang dia kena buat, job scope dia. Right? So next is methods and technique to organize induction program. In order for a manager ataupun HR personnel to organize this program, this induction program, first dia kena buat organizing. Organizing ni macam plan. Bila nak buat, berapa orang terlibat, siapa speaker dia, berapa lama, contoh. Scheduling. Itu organizing ni fikir dulu. Macam you dah plan nak buat apa, belum buat lagi. Scheduling is you kena schedule, contoh you nak panggil siapa untuk bagi talk, ataupun you nak panggil dia punya manager from which department. So you schedule waktu time ni siapa, waktu pukul berapa hingga berapa siapa punya turn. Duration, how many hours or how many minutes, suppose, for each speaker, right? Effectiveness. So you akan tanyalah whether it is effective or not. Usually they are going to use some form and they are going to distribute the form to the new recruit. New recruit will give the feedback. Either the induction program effective or not. Macam you pergi apa-apa kursus ke, you punya SOFO, dia akan tanya, okey ke, setuju ke tidak. Itu effectiveness. So I'm going to make it sebab slide dia banyak, but I want to make it in one recording. So basically I akan pergi cepat lah ya, because I bukan kerja apa you, I kerja you punya chapter 1 until chapter 4 for your first quiz, right? Okay, so let's say you have any question, please make sure that you, as usual, you can ask me in your Telegram group, alright? So ini organizing tadi. See, so you boleh baca dekat sini. Kan dia kata dia plan. You ni siapa? The manager ataupun HR personal yang nak buat ni, dia akan plan, dia akan cari siapa nak buat dekat dalam internal atau external ni. Maksudnya, adakah you nak ambil speaker tu daripada speaker tu bukan speaker nyanyi tu ya, speaker yang bagi talk tu. You akan ambil internal dalam company you ataupun you boleh ambil external. So ini you boleh baca kat sini lah. Scheduling tadi I dah bagi tahu. Scheduling tu tadi you akan tengok siapa yang buat, pukul berapa. So yang kat sini dia kata program certain supervisor do not. Sometimes, yeah, there are supervisors, they are not going to release employee due to shortage of employee that have skills to do certain jobs. So inilah di mana HR manager atau HR personal dia kena pandai. Whereby dia tak boleh kacau kerja orang tu. So dia kena pandai bila orang tu free and you kena schedule them at that time untuk bagi talk, untuk ambil pekerja tu sebagai speaker tadi. Faham ya? Right. So next is duration. Yang ni boleh baca ada cerita tadi duration tadi. Duration is basically masa lah. So you boleh tengok kat situ. Alright, effectiveness ada cerita. Sometimes you akan bagi forms, right? Bukan sometimes lah, usually memang orang akan buat. Dia akan bagi form. So yang ini dia kata trainer speaker need to organize social activities in order to foster feeling. Yang ini first masa you buat apa-apa program, dia akan ada ice breaking session. And you akan build a good rapport. Ni rapport, R-A-P-P-O-R-T. Ni apa? Rapport ni hubungan yang baik. Ini first, of course lah kena buat. That's why new recruit akan bagi feedback efektif ke tidak. Okay, so we are going to go for next, which is training. So the definition of training is attempt to develop current. See, the differences between induction and training is induction is solely for new recruit. However, training, it actually implied to current worker as well. New pun boleh, current pun boleh. Current worker ni maksudnya tak semestinya pekerja yang baru. Sometimes existing worker yang perlukan new skill. Faham tak? Kalau induction, orang yang betul-betul totally baru. Tapi bila training, doesn't mean that yang baru sahaja. It can be to those yang existing, pekerja yang memang dalam company tu tapi dia memerlukan skill yang baru. Right? So, dekat sini, through learning process, improving workers' ability. So, this can be done changing attitude or improve worker skill and knowledge. Yang ni. Right? So, another definition is for development. What are the differences between training and development? Training is to train in order to increase the worker's performance. Development, the meaning of development is they provide learning activities to help the individual worker grow. Maksudnya, yang ni kena baca sekali. Which are not confined to a particular job. Okay. Kalau training, dia specific. Contoh, if a clerk, they are going to give training based on their job scope. Like for example, typing. Dia buat ikut kerja dia. Ini training. However, development ni, dia tak tertakluk kepada kerja tu sahaja. Dia akan bagi training based on varieties of training. Usually, orang akan bagi this one in order for them to get promoted. Dia akan pergi to different department or different skills or different job scope. Training yang berlainan, yang bukan tertakluk pada kerja dia sahaja. Kenapa dia bagi training yang berlainan? Bukan tertakluk sebab dia nak orang tu pandai semua. Contoh dia nak naik daripada pekerja biasa nak jadi supervisor. So supervisor ni dia tak boleh tahu kerja dia je. Dia kena tahu manage worker. Dia kena tahu problem solving which is not in his or her job scope. Boleh? Itu development. So basically training is usually focusing on the job. Development is not focusing on the job. Confine tu maksudnya tak tertakluk kepada particular job. But it is a general training that can actually prepare them to get promoted. Got it? Alright. Okay, so this is for effectiveness tadi. How you are going to measure the result from the training. Sama juga, dia kalau induction pun dia ada effectiveness. Kita nak measure. Kalau dalam training pun ada effectiveness. For training, they are going to use AS model. AS model stand for A, attitude, S, skills, and K for knowledge. So, if you notice, you as a human resource manager or you are personnel, HR personnel, you notice the change in your workers' attitude. So, means that your training is effective. And there are changes or the skills increase. So, means you are actually you have done your training is effective and there are increase in knowledge. So all these will show either your training is effective or not. Alright, so benefits of training. What are the benefits of you providing training to your staff? First, increase staff productivity. Productivity means they are going to do a good job. They are going to do faster job and they are not going to do a lots of mistake or defect. Defect tu rosak lah. So, bila you give them training, they are more productive. Productive ni maksudnya dia buat kerja tu bagus, cepat dan berkualiti. Right? So, dekat sini dia kata, if worker learn to do job through trial and error methods, they tend to make mistake that can cause errors and accident. So, basically, kalau you tak bagi training, dia akan faham melalui trial and error. But it will take a lot of time and it will take a lot of accident happen first. So it's better you give them training and you give them the situation apa yang berlaku sebelum ni. They learn from the training instead of try and error. Increase staff job satisfaction. Job satisfaction means your staff will feel satisfied with the job because bila dia cukup training, dia akan jadi pekerja yang bagus. Bila dia productive worker, dia akan rasa satisfied with himself. Right? Macam you. Bila you belajar, you rasa, bila you boleh buat sesuatu subject or assignment dengan bagus, you akan rasa satisfied, right? You akan feel good about yourself. Bila you feel good, you akan rasa nak pergi belajar. And you akan dapat A. Itu manusia. Right? So, yang ini, second, turnover rates can be reduced. Turnover, remember turnover? Turnover ni maksudnya keberangkalian orang masuk dalam company you dan keluar daripada company you. Maksudnya kalau keberangkalian tu rendah, orang suka duduk dalam company you. Kalau turnover rates tu tinggi, company you tak bagus. Masuk je berhenti. Right? So because of worker, they are satisfied with their job, the turnover rates can be reduced. So you akan bear small cost. Cost you tak tinggi. You tak payah nak hire orang baru. You tak payah nak train orang baru. Right? Itu related dia lah. Macam mana dia related dengan job satisfaction. Help staff up to date. Ya, yang ni senang lah. Dalam ni you boleh baca further ya. But I can explain based on secara generalnya apa yang dikatakan staff up to date. There are new skills, new computerized skill, new program. So you have to do training in order for your worker to know ataupun to learn about the new program. So itu je maksud staff up to date. Jangan bagi dia outdated lah. To motivate staff. Kalau motivate staff, this fall under development educational program. So when you offer this program, it is it can be some sort of reward to motivate employees, right? So program ni dia akan buat employee rasa lebih bermotivasi untuk buat kerja yang bagus, and dia akan lebih jadi orang yang lebih better lah dari segi punctuality, dari segi semua yang bagus-bagus lah, right? So training such as seminar workshop will be as motivation to employee. because they can increase their performance. Bila you bagi dia pergi training, lepas tu tempat pula bagus, hotel pula, lepas tu bagi good food, bagi dia macam rehat, so it can be a motivation for them. And when you do this kind of training, they are going to give new ideas and they are going to macam lebih ada relationship dengan worker, dengan dia punya co-worker as well as dia punya supervisor. So macam team building, so it can motivate staff. Alright, okay. So next we are going to talk about how you are going to organize training program using a systematic approach. So there are process in doing this program. First, you need to identify training needs. Okay, ada kat bawah, nanti bawah-bawah ada ya, dekat slide tu satu-satu I cerita. So second, set training objective, design the training program, implement, and lastly, evaluate the program. So kita akan pergi satu-satu lah. Okay, the first step, identify training needs. So you need to identify what are the needs of your worker. What? Who needs training? What else? What skill or knowledge that they need? Yeah, you need to identify first so that you know you nak buat training apa. Next, who needs training? Tadi kan you nak identify kan? So, who needs training pun ada dia punya anak-anak dia. Usually, the people who needs training is new worker, those who are being promoted to higher position and transfer. Kenapa? Sebab dia akan buat kerja baru. Promoted means dia naik pangkat. So, kerja tu new to him. Bila ada new machinery, you need to train your worker. When there are new procedure and policy, you need to train your worker. As well as when there are new product or services. Right? So, you need to ask yourself as a human resource manager or human resource personnel, what are the skill or knowledge that your employee need? Apakah skill yang diperlukan? Macam mana nak tahu skill apa yang diperlukan? Ni guna ni. Step to follow to identify skill or knowledge needed. First, you kena buat apa? Okay. Identify performance problem. Ada tak masalah dengan performance? Contoh cannot complete task given before due date. Pekerja you tak boleh nak complete kerja yang diberi sebelum due date. Kenapa ya? You kena fikir macam tu. Decide whether the problem is serious enough to justify action. You decide, problem ni perlu ke aku nak buat training ni? So, decrease performance or cannot perform well in job. Dia macam ni. Macam ni you nak tahu sama ada problem ni serius ke tidak? Kalau you nampak ada decreasing in performance. Or when the employee cannot perform well in job. Kalau dia tak boleh buat dua ni, means that memang dia serius lah. Third, identify the factor of the problem. As employee reason, kena tanya employee, kenapa? What happened? And then baru you boleh tahu macam mana nak help the employee. General alternative solution to the problem. Suggest suitable training such as stress management or counseling. Right? So now the fourth step will be you are going to suggest some training that can help the employee. Choose the best solution and implement. So, employee may decide what method of solution that can help them to solve their problem. You suggest. So, usually, suggest tak cukup kuat tau. You arahkan dia pergi this kind of training. So, nanti employee kena pergilah. And they will, the problem will be solved when they actually attend this kind of training. Right. So, second step is set training objective. In order for you to have your training, you need to have objective first. Contoh, you target training ni untuk Rani. You nak bagi dia pandai typing. Objektif you nak bagi dia pandai typing lah. Itu objektif dia. Itu secara simple dia lah. So, you need to put well-written training objective. So, dalam well-written training objective, dia ada tiga benda. Terminal behavior. Okay, objektif you kena ada apa? Satu, dari segi terminal behavior dia, you need to have minimum requirement for training objective. Okay. Apakah benda-benda yang you perlukan atau you nak tulis dalam objektif you? Satu, kalau clerk, you kata nak bagi clerk ni pandai buat typing laju. Pandai tulis surat. Satu lagi, clerk pandai buat accounting. Contoh lah, I pun tak tahu. Standards of performance. State clearly the standard that are to be achieved by the trainee. Kalau sekadar you kata nak pandai typing tak cukup. Standard dia apa? Nak kena pandai typing dalam masa seminit dia kena siapkan berapa perkataan. Kalau typist ada ya, dia ada dia punya kelajuan dia. But this one I tak sure berapa dia ukur macam mana. But they have that. And type tak payah tengok monitor. Betul Kalau you tengok sekretari ke typist ke, dia tak tengok monitor, tak tengok keyboard. Dia tengok monitor dia je. Tangan dia gerak. Tang macam tu. Right? So itu standard. You kena letak standard by numbers, percentage ataupun benda yang boleh ukur. Right? Condition for performance. Condition for performance ni, the words that you are going to include in the training objective must include the condition. Condition ni syarat-syarat of performance. Contoh dia, what kind of equipment that you are going to use. Kalau kata typing, komputer lah kan. And all the environmental constraint which will affect the behavior to be demonstrate. And you bagi syarat-syarat dia, contoh dalam masa 5 minit dia kena siapkan berapa. Kalau tak, dia kira sebagai fail lah. Itu objektif dia. Objektif yang dia nak cuba dapatkan. Alright. So next will be step 3, design training program. Untuk design, you kena consider this factor. You boleh tengok ya. Okay. Ini you boleh baca ni. You faham venue, tempat, trainer tu luar ke dalam, duration berapa lama, budget duit kita ada berapa banyak, number of participant, how many people that you should include in one training. Metodologi ni cara. Metodologi nanti ada bawah. Logistik ni cara pengangkutan. Kalau venue ni tempat saja, logistik ni merangkumi perjalanan nak ke you punya training tu tadi. Okay, ini methods ya. Training methods ada on the job training, off the job training. On the job training, let the trainee learn the job by actually performing it. Sambil-sambil you buat kerja, dia akan supervisor ataupun mentor akan ajar you. Ini on the job training. Off the job training, training which is conduct outside the working environment. Outside the working environment doesn't mean that you keluar daripada company. Bukan. Outside working environment means dia akan ambil masa sekejap buat training. Dalam company you juga. Dia boleh jadi dalam, dia boleh jadi kat luar. Cuma dia bukan semasa you buat kerja. It's like a class. Got it? So, jangan tersalah fikir, kalau off the job training ni buat dekat luar company. Bukan. Dia luar daripada working environment. Working environment means that bukan waktu dia buat dandan tu juga orang tu nak ajar. Itu dah jadi on the job training. You kena betul-betul faham ya dua ni. It can be confusing. Alright, so on the job training consists of lots ya. Coaching. Coaching ni, while the person, the new recruit contoh, do the job, there are a mentor who are going to coach them. Dia akan bagi tahu ni macam ni kena buat. Salah tu, tegur. Apprenticeship. Apprenticeship, panjang you dekat sini you. Apprenticeship ni combination of classroom education with on-the-job work under close supervision. Apprenticeship maksudnya dia sambil orang tu tengah buat, lepas tu dia akan panggil untuk jadikan dia sebagai kelas. Maksudnya macam ni. Sekejap, okay, berhenti apa yang you all tengah buat. Come here and I'm going to talk about this job. So dia akan bagi talk kat situ. Itu dia panggil sebagai combination between classroom and on the job work under close supervision. Boleh faham? So dia akan bagi macam spontaneous talk masa tu juga. Masa you tengah buat kerja, masa pekerja you tengah buat kerja tadi. Right. Okay, special project or special assignment. You as a human resource manager, you are going to give special assignment. Macam I bagi you assignment kan. Lepas tu I minta you siapkan dalam masa 3 to 6 month. So this is we call it as on the job training as well. So nak tengok performance dia, bagi dia satu task, siapkan dalam within how many months, tengok berjaya ke tidak. Job rotation. Job rotation macam contoh you pergi fast food lah, KFC ke McD ke. First masuk, dia akan bagi you kerja goreng ayam. Station you goreng ayam. Next, dia akan bagi you kerja untuk buat fries contoh. Apa lagi KFC? Lepas buat fries. And then mungkin station untuk yang depan tu. Yang ambil barang, makanan, lepas tu bagi dekat customer. So all this station, dia akan rotate. Kenapa dia rotate? Bila dia tahu semua, you pernah tengok tak dia ada ranking supervisor? So bila dia pandai semua, at one point, they are going to be promoted to become a supervisor. So itu job rotation. Alright, of the job training. So of the job training, it can be lecture. Like I'm giving you the lecture. So ini di luar daripada working environment. So basically, dia bekerja. Tapi 2 jam ni dia kata, okay, kita buat training. So worker dalam operation punya department kena pergi training selama 2 jam dekat training room. So dia pergilah. Training can be done dalam company boleh, dekat luar company boleh, pergi hotel pun boleh. Terpulang lah. But we call it as off the job training. Computer aided, siapa yang pernah buat lesson creator, you pernah tengok yang number, dia kena teka nombor berapa, itu computer aided. So you can actually learn from, kadang-kadang dia dah bagi video dalam komputer tu, ataupun dia macam quiz, macam you jawab soalan betul ke tidak. So you will learn from there. Role play. Role play is basically you boleh baca yang panjang tu, but usually they are going to use in courtroom practice for lawyer. Lawyer dia buat dia punya apa panggil ni hearing is perbicaraan lah. Kenapa? Sebab dia nak ajar. Domestic inquiry procedure for managers and human resource specialists, and salesmanship for budding a salesperson. Okay, yang ini ni, domestic inquiry ni maksudnya dia buat macam bila ada masalah, kita akan buat domestic inquiry. Domestic inquiry maksudnya macam perbicaraan dalaman. Dia bukan perbicaraan lawyer tu you. Dia macam akan ada orang panel yang akan tanya apa masalah dia, apa yang kita kena sekarang ni, apa keputusan kita. Contoh bila dia ada buat salah laku, what you are going to do. So all this is role play. Dia akan cuba bagi you satu case untuk diselesaikan, satu keadaan situasi untuk diselesaikan. Itu role play. Role play ni macam lakonkan semula. Lakonkan tipu-tipu. It's a dummy. Tapi untuk ajar. Got it? Alright. Case study. So case study macam role play, lakonan you. Dia buat mock. Mock tu maksudnya dia buat tipu-tipu. Case study ni selalunya dia akan bagi you contoh apa dipanggil ni, kewangan punya laporan. Tahun lepas kita rugi disebabkan COVID-19. So apa yang perlu dibuat? Itu case study. Dia secara you kena buat analisa and you need to find some fact untuk backup you punya jawapan tadi, solution you tadi. Itu case study. Simulation macam kalau pilot, astronaut, they cannot actually train in the real environment. Kalau pilot takkan nak bawa kapal terbang, lepas tu mati-mati lah. Tak boleh lah. Dia akan ada dia punya simulation punya, dia panggil ni Ini pilots learn to fly, simulated cockpit dia ni. Dia punya, kapal terbang punya lah. I don't know lah apa benda tu, cabin ke apa nama dia. Alright. Kalau katalah astronaut pun sama. Dia mana boleh pergi hantar bulan dulu untuk training? Tak boleh lah. So what they do is they actually have a place whereby dia punya place tu gravity free. Dia tak ada gravity. So dia akan macam terbang-terbang. You tengok kan astronaut kan? And they are going to do the training inside the sea. Dalam laut dalam tu, dekat dalam tu. Without the oxygen whatnot. Okay, so itu simulation. Adventure learning ni macam team building. Dia akan buat outdoor. So sambil-sambil buat, you tahu kan team building. Kadang-kadang tu main-main lah, treasure hunt lah, but isn't learning. So akan ada develop teamwork, leadership problem solving, akan ada buat group, how to solve the problem. So usually dia akan buat, this training not only conduct in open air, can be offered in hall or large room providing there is sufficient space. Kadang-kadang dia tak boleh buat dekat luar, tapi dia akan buat dalam hall yang dia boleh buat macam team building lah. You boleh tengok video macam mana dia orang buat. To solve the problem, to be creative. So dia akan cuba untuk keluarkan idea daripada you. To adventure learning. Alright. So step 4. Step 4 is to implement the training program. So implement the training program here. when you have already do all the 3 steps, this is where the training happen, right? So before the program, you need to do careful planning. Yeah, of course. And you need to do a checklist. Speaker done. Apa lagi? Tempat done. Dah reserve. Makanan dah tempah. All this. And you need to have a backup officer. Backup officer ni, let's say for example, you cannot be there. Suddenly you have emergency, whatnot. You need to have a backup officer. If anything, you boleh tinggalkan dekat you punya officer tu tadi untuk settle your training. Right? Okay. Step 5 is to evaluate the training program. Here, kalau you tengok tadi, kita ada AS model tadi kan. Inilah kegunaannya. You are going to evaluate the training program. First, you are going to use trainees response. Trainees response maksudnya orang yang di-train tu tadi. You punya worker lah. So, they are going to complete one form of feedback. Dekat feedback form tu akan tanyalah, adakah anda bersetuju sekian-sekian training ni efektif ya, tidak? Macam you jawab, so 4. Training learning, this one is measure learning or what knowledge was gained by training. Yang ini, learning ni, dia tak boleh tengok esoknya. Hari ni training, esok dah nampak dah. Tak. You need to monitor or you need to observe during time. Maksudnya, you kena tengok perubahan tu. Time to time dia lebih bagus ke ataupun the training does not the worker does not use any of the training program tadi. So you boleh tengok skill dia improve ke tak. Right? Okay, next is they are going to apply the new skills and knowledge. Okay, so sekarang ni you boleh tengok based on adakah dia menggunakan skill baru dengan knowledge yang baru yang dia dapat tadi. Ini pun through observation. It's not like you boleh tengok esok dah nampak. Assessing the result. So, you are going to assess the result by trainer and line supervisor should assess to what extent the organization has benefit financially from the training given. Okay. So, yang ini dia kata, dia akan tengok ni based on apa you? Biasanya company, dia akan tengok 6 month punya performance. Dia punya jualan tadi naik ke turun. Itu assessing the result. So, kalau katalah performance bagus, it will show in your profit. So, trained worker should show higher level of output. Output ni maksudnya yang dibuat tadi lah performance tadi. Better quality achievement shorter period of time. So, basically, kalau dia dalam operation ataupun manufacturing sector, katalah 3 bulan lepas, dia punya production tu cuma 90,000. Lepas training, production dia dah jadi 100,000. Maksudnya dah nampak lah kat situ. When dia punya skills develop and dia punya output tu akan lebih banyak and dia achieve this in shorter period of time. Right? Dalam masa yang sama, sejam boleh dapat 100,000 contoh. So, kalau dulu 90,000 je dalam masa sejam. So, nampaklah perbezaan dia. Alright. So, you can also use the Kirkpatrick model of evaluation. Dalam chapter ni dia ada banyak. You kena make sure you betul-betul ingat lah. AS model lain, Kirkpatrick model lain. Ini macam, bila sebut Kirkpatrick, saya teringat ni lah you SpongeBob, Patrick kawan baik dia. So tak apalah, you ingat lah macam mana, janji you ingat. So kita akan measure effectiveness using this, reaction. Benda yang sama dengan tadi, tapi ini model. Model ni maksudnya ada scholar, ada orang bijak pandai buat satu theory which consists of this. Satu reaction. Measure reaction to training. Measure reaction tanyalah, faham tidak? Saya tanya you. Faham? Okay. So, uji dia. Kalau perlu uji kalau matematik, you kena uji lah. 2 tambah 2 berapa? 5. Sudah. Maksudnya, tak betul. So, itu measure reaction. Learning. Measure learning or what knowledge? Macam tadi you. Macam mana nak measure learning? You kena observe. Dulu dia tak pandai ataupun lambat dia buat kerja. Now, dia very fast. So, itu nampak dia punya perubahan tadi. Behavior. How much of the knowledge? Behavior ni dulu tak rajin, sekarang dah rajin. Dulu tak cekap, sekarang dah cekap. Result, measure the impact of the training. So, here yang result yang last tadi. Percentage of output yang dia dapat ataupun sales yang dijual tu meningkat ataupun barang-barang yang di manufacture tadi meningkat. Contoh saya kata tadi kan, 90,000 dia jadi 100,000. Itu measure impact of the training. Basically, benda ni adalah benda yang sama tadi. Cuma term yang digunakan tu berbeza because this is a model by Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick 6 orang. Sebenarnya ada 2 orang. Kirk seorang, Patrick seorang. Alright. Okay, so like I say, I made this seriously fast so that I can put it in one video. Hopefully, you can understand. If let's say there's something that you cannot understand, first thing first, please refer to your textbook. Textbooks. If you don't have your textbook, Google or search in any online punya books whatsoever. And the last option is to ask me directly. Right? Don't ask me suddenly. You just ask me without searching for anything. You will not learn. So you have to remember this is ODL. Most of the time you have to find the information yourself. Don't just rely on your lecturer because we cannot face to face, you know. So it will be hard kalau you or everybody want to ask. Ada je tanya I. Tak boleh lah. You need to do an effort first. Alright. So summary you can read on your own. So that's about it. Thank you very much.